Welcome, Nadine. Great to have you on the show. I'm excited to be speaking to you, especially because the women's game is something that needs much conversation. It's the Rugby World Cup Sevens in Cape Town. How are your girls going to do?
Yes, thank you for having us here in studio. So the ladies obviously would want to go and compete. We just don't want to be there just to be there. We would like to make a statement there. We'd really want to improve our position at the World Cup Sevens since 2018.
All right. Well, of course, the New Zealand ladies won the edition in 2018. Are you expecting the same kind of tenacity from the New Zealand ladies, or will the Springbok ladies step up to the plate?
Yes, like New Zealand didn't play now recently in some of the Women's 7 Series circuits. So they haven't got that experience, but you never know with them. Like, they always just bring a different game to the table. And you have also seen some other women teams come through, like Ireland, the USA, also the Russian side. So there is some tough competition out there, and we would, like I said, we would really want to go and do some business there.
All right, I was speaking to, of course, Captain Soyizwapi just before the interval, and he mentioned that the men's approach is not to focus on specific teams. You've got Colombia as one of the debutants in Cape Town. How do you feel they will factor your preparation for the Rugby World Cup Sevens in the mother city?
Yes, I also think they're an unexperienced team. They also, they don't get a lot of game time on that international stage. But it will definitely be good to also see them at the Rugby World Cup Sevens, to see how their system grow and to see how they will slot in with the women's side. But also, it would be good to give them the run for their money if we get them somewhere in a pool stage or, knockout stages. Yeah.
I mean, you made your debut in the 15s format just last year in Dubai. How much of that is going to come into your game plan, or do you take a lot of what you've learned in the 15s formats to use in Sevens rugby, Nadine?
Yes, so with the 15s, it's a more physical game. So somewhere you have to toughen up there and show your physical side, and that definitely brought out the more physical side in me. With sevens, you always want to look for space, trying to get gaps in and put someone in space. The speed of the game is just so much quicker than 15s. But sometimes when it gets to the physical aspect of sevens, you have to show that physicality, and that's definitely something that I had to work on, is my physical game. So yeah, I think I've improved on that, and that definitely helps me a lot in the sevens.
Talking about your physical game, unfortunately, you are still nursing your injury. You are one of the 33 that were chosen to assemble in camp in Cape Town early this year with Stanley Robbenheimer. Did you feel the injury blow it came at the wrong time? Let me ask it that way.
No, I think everything, I believe that God's plan is the best plan for me. Sometimes injuries comes at the wrong time. It's never a great time for injury to appear. But this injury made me realize that I kind of need the rest, because I never rest. So, and to show me that, hard work will obviously surface. You obviously don't want to miss out when there's group training happening, because you lose that training. Because you're in rehab and, you're training on your own and things like that. But hopefully I'll be back soon, and then I'll be back with the ladies again.
Fantastic. Well, let me ask the question to the both of you. Growing calls for fans to return to the stadium. Of course, it's still a limited number of fans in stadium. Captain, what are you going to say to the sports minister so that he can possibly lift up the ban, Cap?
I think firstly we all just need to vaccinate. I think we're pushing that as much as we can, because we want to get back to normal life. And if the big man can give the green light as well, I think that would be fantastic. We're really looking forward to packed stadiums, as I've said this whole week. we played in Tokyo in empty stadiums, and it really wasn't something that we enjoyed particularly. However, we still had a job to do, but it's always amazing to play in a packed Cape Town stadium. So please get vaccinated, everyone, and we'll see you at Cape Town Stadium.
Right, Nadine, get vaccinated. Fans can get into stadiums to be cheering on their girls. It has a massive impact. You've been playing overseas at packed stadiums. Just how much of a difference does that make?
Yes, playing in front of spectators, it really makes a big difference, especially when it comes to a point where you're tired in the game, and the energy and the spectators, like in a stadium, can give you, it means so much. You just get that extra fight in you, you know, that carries you through that last minute.
All right, speaking about mental strength, Captain, especially because in the midst of COVID, the bubble life has been something that a lot of professional sportsmen and women talk about. How's your experience been?
Look, it hasn't been easy. It's not normal life. It's something that we're not used to. Looking back at level 5 lockdown, I think that was the toughest. We were all in our homes basically, and we couldn't leave the house. We couldn't leave the yard, so we did all our training there. We had to make a plan and adapt to the situation training-wise, and to stay ready for whenever we could get that opportunity to go out and play. You know, we've been traveling now. In the 2021 season, we were in Canada, and we were in a bubble there as well. And as I said, it's the new norm almost, and it's something different. But the biggest word for us, and something that we've been living out, is just to be adaptable in all those situations, and then obviously you'll power through if you're resilient.
Nadine, of course, bubble life is not easy. What is difficult about bubble life, especially because you're a professional sportswoman who goes through probably more difficult things on the training ground? How does being confined to a specific region, a specific location and precinct affect the on-field results?
Yes, so I think first of all, we're playing a team sport. So, you know, when you suffer on the field, you suffer with the rest of the ladies around you. So it's difficult, you know, for sportswomen like us to be boxed in and to train by yourself and, you know, suffer on your own. But at the end of the day, you know, you do it for your teammates and the system. But yeah, it's very difficult when you have to train on your own and without your teammates, because at the end of the day, you do it for each other.
Can I just ask, are you going to use the Rugby World Cup Sevens as preparation for the Rugby World Cup coming up?
Yes, we will definitely use upcoming tournaments for preparation for the Rugby World Cup Sevens, and hopefully, you know, combinations, new blood that's coming through in the system as well, getting the international exposure and getting that experience to showcase their talent and to see, you know, what the standard is and where we want to play at.
Fantastic. I'm going to put the both of you on the spot. Who is going to walk away champions of the Rugby World Cup Sevens in Cape Town 2022? Captain Soyizwapi.
Look, when I sit at home, I'm definitely imagining our team lifting that trophy, you know, popping the sparkling water, as I always say. So, yeah, definitely that's what's happening in my head, and we'll prepare for that, and hopefully we can achieve it.
Ooh, I hope it happens. I hope it happens. Captain Nadine, I've also got to put you under the spotlight. Who's walking away with the title? Well,
obviously, you always want to win on home soil, but let's be honest and face reality. Our women's seven side haven't played since 2019 at Cape Town Stadium, so it's definitely you know, it's a challenge. But I either put my money on New Zealand or Australia.
Ooh, New Zealand or Australia. Those are our traditional rivals, Nadine. I don't know how I feel about hearing you say that, but it's a fact. Of course, New Zealand and Australia will definitely give us a run for our money. There you have it, Nadine. And Captain Soyizwapi, thank you so much for your time to talk to the sports fans on eNCA. On today, I enjoyed that conversation, of course, and something that we are looking forward to in September. Tickets go on sale on the 28th of February, 150 Rand. Make sure you get your hands on that ticket.